Alright, welcome back guys. Today I'm going to be doing chapter 3, analyzing the marketing environment for COMM 223. So as again, looking at the legend, everything in yellow already is our chapter title, as in the main points. So anything in blue underneath would be a heading part of that chapter title. So let's start with the main points. So number 1, describe the environmental forces that affect the company's ability to serve its customers. 2, explain how changes in the demographic and economic environment affect marketing decisions. 3, identify the major trends in the firm's natural and technological environments. 4, explain the key changes in the political and cultural environment. 5, discuss how companies can react to the marketing environment. So let's go with number 1, the microenvironment. Marketing manager's job is to build relationships with customers by creating customer value and satisfaction. Marketing success requires building relationships with other company departments, suppliers, marketing intermediaries, competitors, various publics, and customers. Combined makes the company value delivery network. So let me highlight that. A marketing manager's job is to build relationships with customers by creating customer value and satisfaction. All right, so the actors in microenvironment. So we have 1, the company, 2, the supplier, 3, the marketing intermediaries, 4, the competitors, 5, the publics, and then 6, the customers. Then I'll explain all of that soon. So everything goes into marketing. So let's start with the company. So marketing management takes other company groups into account: top management, finance, research and development, purchasing, operations, and accounting. Top management sets the company's mission, objectives, broad strategies, and policies. Departments such as manufacturing, finance, legal, human resources share the responsibility for understanding customer needs and creating customer value. Suppliers form an important link in the company's customer value delivery network. Suppliers provide the resources needed by the company to produce its goods and services. Managers must watch for supply availability and costs, shortages or delays, labor strikes, natural disasters, supply and demand. Most marketers today treat their suppliers as partners in creating and delivering customer value. So marketing intermediaries help the company promote, sell, and distribute its products to final buyers. They include resellers, physical distribution firms, marketing services agencies, and financial intermediaries. Resellers, it's the distribution channel firms that help the company find customers or make sales to them. These include wholesalers and retailers that buy and resell merchandise. Distribution firms help the company stock and move goods from their point of origin to their destination. Marketing services agencies, these are the marketing research firms, advertising agencies, the media firms, and marketing consulting firms that help the company target and promote its products to the right markets. Financial intermediaries include banks, credit companies, insurance companies, and other businesses that help finance transactions or insure against the risks associated with the buying and selling of goods. An example of this is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola assigns cross-functional teams dedicated to understanding each retail partner's business. It conducts research on beverage consumers and shares these insights with its partners. As your partner, we want to help in any way we can. Such in-test partnering has made Coca-Cola a runaway leader in the fountain soft drink market. So competitors, to be successful, a company must provide greater customer value and satisfaction than its competitors do. Marketers must not just adapt to the needs of target consumers, but also gain strategic advantage by positioning their offerings strongly against competitors' offerings. Large firms in an industry can use certain strategies that smaller firms cannot afford. Public. So the public is any group that has an actual or potential interest in or impact on an organization's ability to achieve its objectives. We can identify 7 types of publics. 1, we have our financial publics. These are group influences the company's ability to obtain funds. An example of this is banks, investment analysts, stockholders, etc. Two, we have our media publics. This group carries news, features, editorial opinions, and other content. An example of this is television stations, newspapers, magazines, blogs, social media, etc. Three, government publics. It's the marketers must often consult the company's lawyers on issues of product safety, truth in advertisement, and other matters. Four, citizen action publics. Marketing decisions may be questioned by consumer organizations. Public relations department can help stay in touch with citizen groups. Example of this is environmental groups, minority groups, etc. Five, local publics includes residents and community organizations. Six, the general public. The company needs to be concerned about the general public's attitude towards its products and activities. Seven, internal public. It's to inform and motivate their internal publics about their company and products. And lastly, customers. Customers are the most important actors in the company's microenvironment. The aim of the delivery network is to serve target customers and create strong relationships with them. Consumer markets consist of individuals and households that buy goods and services for personal consumption. Business markets buy goods and services for further processing or use in the production processes. Reseller markets buy goods and services to resell at a profit. Government markets consist of government agencies that buy goods and services to produce public services. Internal markets consist of buyers in other countries, including consumers, producers, resellers, and governments. Two, macroenvironment. The company and all other actors operate in larger macroenvironment of forces that shape opportunities. Figure below shows the 6 major forces in the company's macroenvironment. So here we have our demographic forces, our economic forces, natural forces, technological forces, political forces, and cultural forces. So some forces are unforeseeable and uncontrollable. Others can be predicted and handled through skillful management. So let's talk about them. So demographic environment slash or demographic force. This is the study of human populations in terms of size, density, location, age, gender, race, occupation, and other statistics. The demographic environment is of major interest to marketers because it involves people and people make up markets. They analyze age, family structures, geographic population shifts, educational characteristics, population diversity. So generational marketing, defining people by their birth date, is less effective than segmenting them by lifestyle, life stage, or common value they seek in the products they buy. So the economic environment force, market require buying powers as well as people. Economic environment consists of economic factors that affect consumer purchasing power and spending patterns. Marketers must pay close attention to major trends in consumer spending patterns both across and within their world markets. Industrial economies consist of rich markets for many different kinds of goods. Subsistence economies consumes most of their own agricultural and industrial output and offer few market opportunities. Developing economies offer outstanding marketing opportunities for the right kinds of products. An example of this is Brazilian Airlines. Azul Brazilian Airlines has provided Brazilians with lesser means of travel opportunity and to people who could not afford to travel before. So the natural environment forces. This involves the physical environment and the natural resources that are affected by marketing activities. At the basic level, unexpected happenings in the physical environment, example are weather to natural disasters. On a broader level, it's environmental sustainability. An example of this is air and water pollution. Shortages of raw materials, increased pollution, increased government intervention. So environmental sustainability is an effort to create a world economy that the planet can support indefinitely. Technological environment forces. Technological force is the most dramatic force. Technology has released wonders, but equally with its blunders. The technological environment changes rapidly. All of today's products that weren't available 30 years ago. New technologies create markets and opportunities. However, every new technology replaces an older technology. An example of replacing technology is MP3 players replacing CD players, and then ebooks replacing libraries. 4. Political and social environment forces. Marketing decisions are strongly affected by developments in the political environment. Oh, and just to make sure, when it says 4, I'm still talking about our macro environment. So the 4 just represents our main points. So all of this is still part of the macro environment. So political environment consists of laws, government agencies, and pressure groups that influence a given society. Legislation regulating in business. Well-conceived regulation can encourage competition and ensure fair markets for goods and services. Governments develop public policy to guide commerce, sets of laws and regulations that limit business for the good of society as a whole. In Canada, laws are created at the federal, provincial, and territorial and municipal levels. Business legislation has been enacted for a number of reasons. One, to protect companies. Laws are passed to define and prevent unfair competition. 2. Protect consumers. Unfair business practices, shoddy products, invade consumer privacy. Rules defining and regulating unfair business practices are enforced by various agencies. 3. Protect the interest of society. Against unrestrained business behavior, and ensure firms take responsibility for the social cost of their production or products. Cultural environment consists of institutions and other forces that affect a society's basic values, perceptions, references, and behaviors. People absorb a worldview that defines their relationships with others. The following cultural characteristics affect marketing decision making: persistence of cultural values. People in a society hold many beliefs and values. An example of this is Canadian culture: democracy, gender equality, sustainable development, universal healthcare. Core beliefs: it's the values passed on from parents to children and are reinforced by schools, businesses, religious institutions, and government. Shifts in secondary culture values: marketers want to predict cultural shifts to spot new opportunities or threats. Major cultural values of a society are expressed in people's views of themselves, views of organizations, society, nature, and the universe. People's views of themselves, it's the serving themselves versus serving others. Some people seek personal pleasure, others seek self realization. People's views of others, consumers tap into their network of friends, fans, and followers. Number 5, responding to the marketing environment. There are three kinds of companies. There's three kinds of companies: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and lastly, those who wonder what's happened. Companies view the marketing environment as an uncontrollable element to which they must react and adapt. Companies take proactive actions to affect the publics and forces in the marketing environment. Hire lobbyists to influence legislation, stage media events to gain favorable press coverage, run advertorials such as ads expressing editorial points of views, and lastly, blogs to shape public opinion. So that's it for chapter 3. Thank you.